Okay, boys and girls, trade anywhere. Got my rig set up, got Winky buggered off downstairs, kind of as you can see, it's all here, set up. I'm happy. Where's she at? Look at her, she down there, look at that, just there, there she is. She's meant to be up here making me a coffee, but no, she's decided to go sunbathing, sit by the pool. But it's a lovely place here. I genuinely recommend it. If you go through the rest of the channel, I'll do a walk around the hotel, etc., so you can see exactly where we are and sort of, I'm not sure whether you can see it, but give it a second. You might be able to. Let's have a quick look. I mean, we've got a lovely room, and it is superb. You know, it's really nice modern hotel, this. Because I promised Winky we go away every month. Let me just put that back on there. Bloody hell, broke this thing already. It's no good, is it, boys and girls? Let's bend that down a touch. There we go. So, what we're going to do? Well, very simple. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my Coke. I wanted a coffee, but Winky said I can't have one. Well, she didn't say I can't have one. She just said, see you later, and disappeared. So I'm here on my yarn. Never mind. What we doing? Okay, boys and girls. I've come in off the balcony. Winky's down by the pool, enjoying herself. So she'll come back 3 sheets to the wind later on. I can't really say anything because I'm a bit worse for wear myself, to be honest. Because the thing is, right, I love my job, I really do, and I'd like to think I'm pretty good at it, but I love my life. I love my life. I really do. I love Winky as well, you know. Some people don't seem to think that, you know, because of the way we talk to each other. You know, we insult each other on a daily basis, but it's all done in love and sort of frivolity, because we just enjoy ourselves. And for me, that's why I go on holiday, because you've got to have time. Now, you watch a lot of trading channels and one thing and another. You'll never see that bollocks on this, right? I don't believe in 1 minute charts. I don't believe in flipping from chart to chart. And I certainly don't go, oh my God, guys, I was only flipping burgers only 2 days ago, and now I'm a gazillionaire. What a load of bollocks. I've done this 20 years, you know. It's not feasible. You've got to build things up. And I live a good life, you know, but I've worked solid my whole life. I'm in my 50s now, even though my kids seem to think I act like a 2-year-old, and Joanne always tells me that it's like living with a toddler, living with me. I don't understand why. I mean, I love my toys and I like to play, and what's wrong with that? And if you don't like it, fuck it, I don't care. Anyway, I want to put a little trade on, because the idea of this is trade anywhere. And as long as you have a formula in your head and you're not greedy, any system works, guys. You know, you hear all these bollocks about S. On my other channel, my main channel, which is the Scruffy Trader, go through the comments and you'll see some of the biggest numpties going, you should have waited for this, you should have waited for that, your profits are too small. Bollocks, right? A chart will give you what a chart is going to give you within a given time frame. I work from hour to hour. So you get 10, 20 pips in an hour, maybe 2. That'll feed you. And you want to see proof? Go on that channel. It's one of the few channels that you'll see statements and you'll see a bank account. But this is actually coming into play at the minute. So bear with me a second while I flick this over. Oh no, bollocks the camera. Give us a second. I need to fix this. Oh no, camera's gone off. Give us a sec. I'll fix it, boys and girls. I'll fix it. I fixed it. Or at least I think I have. I might have done. Who knows? We'll find out. Anyway, I was back. I'm not technical. And having a beer and having a go on this isn't actually the plan. Anyway, what are we doing? Well, I'm going to drop it down in 5 minutes. And I'm going to drop an order above the candles that we are currently in. So what you'll see on this chart is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to put the order above these two, which I'm going to do now. Drop it in for a fiver. Now I often trade about a fiver to start with, and it's going to be for 9 pip scalp. Okay, so there we go. All right, so that's in place. Now you might be looking at this and thinking, hold on a second here, what's he doing? Well, I do this quite a bit. Got my order in, and that's what I did yesterday, pissing about on this. Okay, so it's triggered in now. All right, I'm quite happy with the entry, but there is method in the madness. So let me pull up this sheet. Okay, so when I'm looking at this, I can see the USDJPY here. Okay, they're sitting on top of each other, which tells me there's not going to be a lot of movement. So that indicates a scalp. Okay, now on this side, the JP hasn't moved anywhere, and the US lost a lot of ground. Well, that means if it crashed down, it can come back up again. All right, so that adds weight, because what you got to remember is the markets are often counterintuitive. They will do the opposite of what you think they're going to do. All right, so as I've worked this out, I use a couple of systems. Red light, green light is an oscillator that tells me whether or not it's buying or selling across multiple time frames, and it's predominantly buying. Then I look at multi-time frame analysis, because I use all time frame trading. I don't believe in this bollocks of just look on a minute chart, it'll tell you everything. It'll tell you fuck all, right? It really will. You want to see what a minute chart's doing? Look at a 5 minute or a 15 minute. 15 minute is 15 1 minute candle closes, obviously, but that is a serious amount of information for that 15 minute candle. But that 15 minute candle on its own isn't worth a light, because it has to be in relation to what the rest of the chart's up to. So you really want to be starting on your hourlies. And if you look at your hourlies, well, that's 60 1 minute candles, 4 15 minute closes, a lot of information, and you can gauge what it's going to do. And then you're looking to see what it's going to do in the next 60 candles if you're 1 minute trader, or the next 4 candles 15 minute trader, which I am. Enter on a 5 minute, drop it back to an hour, you'll be fine. This is telling me, based on its current ATR, that it's pretty much good for a 9 pip scalp. So I'm happy with that. Now, what else can we look at in this? Well, what I've also been doing is I'm building up a small account. Now, this will become part of this channel, if not all of the channel. I have, as you can kind of see, that I have various tools that I use. Now, this is a system called 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧, and it's called weighted 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧. And up to now, I've been testing it. It took about 4 months to get to this point, back testing, making certain the weights are correct. I've used 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧, or a form of 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗧, for years. But I want to put it down into where you just plug a few numbers in, and the guys I look after would be able to see the trade straight away. In other words, that sheet that I've just shown you. And in 12 working days, it's not lost. Okay, now I'm going to run this for a minimum of 30 days, but it hasn't lost a trade or lost a day in 12 working days. And it's taken 47 positions in those 12 working days at 91% win rate. Now, I'm doing this with real money. I just put 100 quid in it, and I'm trading at 14p a pip at the moment because I'm compounding the pips. I'm looking for 20 pips a day. So tomorrow when I come to market, I'll be looking for 289. And once I've done that, I quit. It's one of the beauties of what I do. I'm very disciplined in the way that I trade. I don't overtrade. I think when I see people have trade after trade after trade, all that runs through my head is dickhead, because you can't sustain it. I had a guy rip me apart the other day on the other channel saying, too many trades for me, and you should be doing this, you should be doing that. And I'm like thinking, Jesus Christ, if you see my statement, there's 100 grand there. So I must be doing something right. And it's just, well, in fact, I'll show you. Do you know what? I'll fucking show you. Give us a second. Give me a second. All right. So that's running up. Everything we do is based on just enjoying yourselves, you know. And this to me is just a job. It is a means to an end to my job. Right. So my portfolio, where I actually hold my money, and what I do is I put money into a tracker, Vanguard, and then if I need anything, I can draw it from here. So I only hold in a broker what I need to open up a trade. So I'll start at the beginning of the month, 10, 20 grand, whatever it is that I'm looking at. And that's my baseline. Anything I get above it, I take out as a wage, and then the surplus goes over into the Vanguard to service my accounts. Well, this was done from scratch, and it's now sitting at just under 113,000. And that's real money, guys. You know, this can't be manipulated. So when people have a pop at me about what's going on, they don't know what they're talking about. And if you go through the series of that Vanguard, last month it was under 100,000. It's now got another 13 grand inside it. That'll be up and down like a hula skirt in the year, but every year it's growing, and that's what this is all about. Don't know where I was going with that one, actually. I might have a drink, might have a wee drinky. I'll do that in a minute. Well, let's have a look at the trade. Winky shouldn't leave me on my own, you know. Right, so what's the trade? Well, it's very simple. There is a news announcement in about half an hour. It's classed as high impact news, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as what it looks. So I have a chance to be in and out of this before that happens. But what we can see here is, if I take this further out into the marketplace, you will see this is in an upward motion. All right. Yep, there are some heavy pullbacks, but look how they respect the levels that I put in. If you can source these levels correct and you know how to put them in, this job is so simple. So simple. Even out on the daily. So the daily looks like it's pulling against this particular move. So all the energy is to the upper side. Now, when I hear people talk about liquidity sweeps and all of that, right, there's a chart. If you're going on liquidity sweeps about what they talk about, the chart would never move, because there's a high, there's a low. It would just go from one to the other, to the other, to the other all the time. Absolute bollocks, right? All you can see at this point is that's a definitive high and that's a definitive low. That's it, all right? You have got no idea if there's any orders under there or there looking at this chart. None. And if you're looking at MT5, you can look at depth of market, you can look at all these different concepts. You just don't know. And even if you did, doesn't mean to say the market's going to come look for it. You know, it's like all this, oh, well, fair value gap. It always fills a fair value gap, does it? Well, it doesn't fill that one. So take that one with a pinch of salt. Didn't fill that one. Go back in time always, where you could say, well, it filled that, but did it? That was October last year, right? And it's only because the market's crashed down. That didn't come down to look for it, not at all. It's just the way the markets are, guys. It's just the way the markets are. So take a lot of what you hear with a pinch of salt, okay? But there's certain things that are absolute. I know that's a top. I know that's a bottom. Why? I can see it. All right, get a fib. There's the start of the move. There's the end of the move. Well. Look at this. It stalled bang on the 50%. Came, found this area of interest around here, you know, bounced off it. Then these Fibonacci's become support and resistance lines that are very good. Personally, to me, they're just interest points. But it came down, bounced off it, did exactly the same thing here, stalled at the 50. It's holding above the 50 through the golden zone, which is the 61.8. which will tell you that this market will now look to move higher. Why? Because the pressure is above the 50%. And the rules of fib are very simple. If it holds above 50% for a sustained length of time, it will look to go back to where it came from. That's here. Now this is daily chart. It can take a while for this to play out. It might take out a couple of days to a week. But what it does tell you is, it gives you a good idea as what your bias can be for the day. And if your bias is to the upper side, then all you're doing is looking for buys, which is what I was doing. Take it down into 4 hours. You can see this a little bit cleaner. Again, if a gap doesn't fill and it attempts to and fails, well, there you are. It attempted to and failed. Okay, now this is from the weekend. It's then shot away. It'll go in the direction of the current trend. Well, the current trend that we've just seen on the daily is to the upper side. So it's moving in the current trend. So even if that came all the way back down to here and then moved up, the chances are this will return to the upper side. So that can give you a good idea as to how to set this chart out and trade it to the upside. Now you've also got an overextended candle here, you know, which is 3-4 times bigger than most of the others, these. Now you can also try and understand where this market is going to go with extensions. So you could say, well, it started here, got up to there as an uplift, came back down. Well, what do you know? These high time frame levels have now become areas of attraction, and it's balanced out with that. So if this is coming up to that 100% up here and it bursts, it will look for these two levels here. This is simple stuff, and it's basic charting, guys. Basic charting. Drop this down into 1 hour. And again, you can see it in greater detail. It's pushed up, tried, and it seems to be predominantly greens. In other words, the greens are holding. The sellers have come in. They're not really strong enough to push the market down too much. Up it goes. So that now becomes a half decent magnet point. Why? Because it's the base of this range here. Okay, and that's what I'm looking for. So I'm looking for that range. Now I'm also prepared to average into this candle here. So that might look like a small target, but if I average down into, say, that black line, that can become a really big target, because I only ever go in small and then I'll build a position. Again, I get slated because I had a guy the other day saying, if you're so sure, why don't you just put a huge position on? Well, because the one thing is, you might have an 80% edge in the market, but if you're wrong and you've put a huge position size on, well, that is going to wipe you out completely. So I would rather trade conservatively and consistently and not gamble. The moment you gamble, forget it. And you ask the guys in the Discord that I run, I am dead set against gamblers and morons. I really am. So when I see somebody that is basically over trading, gambling, and they're going on like that, my answer is just don't talk to me, because I'm not interested. You know, you want to trade, trade properly. You want to gamble, go casino. It's that simple, you know. And there's thousands of gurus you can follow, thousands of them. Knock yourself out, go on. Fucking dickheads. You don't even have to follow me. I do this just because I enjoy it. You know, I have a real good time, and I loved my job, and I like to travel. Just so happens on an afternoon I get a bit pissed, and I need to come back to the room, have a bit of a lie down, a bit of a siesta, so I can go get pissed again in the night time. But that's not a good thing. Well, it is a good thing, actually. In fact, it's a fucking great thing. You know, certainly when we start getting karaoke out, you know, and I start singing, you know, wise men say, or maybe not. Right, okay. It's good here, because Winky isn't here, so she's not going to beat me up. Well, she might do later. I hope she does, actually. Anyway, this is moving in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a bit lie back there. I've got a huge TV up here. This room is good. I don't know if you can see it. What's moving up, mate? If I make 50 quid today, I'm quite happy. Yeah. But if you look round, we got a great room. You know, it's really nice. This hotel. Where so you got giant TV as well. Well, not that you can see it. Oh no, I better put that back. Because you want to see the trade. Then again, you might want to see hotel. It's a nice hotel. Put that back there. That's better. Yeah, nice hotel. Go through the channel, because one of the things, I'm not a vlogger, you know, and I can't do fancy videos and all that sort of stuff. It's just me, fucking muppet with a silly hat on. And this hat, believe it or not, this hat, right? People take the piss out of this hat. They say, well, I've got rag on your head for. I bought this hat the first holiday that Joanne and I went away together. We'd only been sort of caught in a month or so, a couple of months, and we decided that we'll get to know each other on a holiday, because that's a good way to do things. And I bought this in Zante when we first went. So this hat is pretty much as old as my relationship with it, although I had to have it repaired because it was getting a bit broken. So Joanne took it to a seamstress, and they put a patch in it for me. But I love this hat. You know, it's been everywhere with me. So there we go. So the Zell on if I don't wear the hat. Right. What was I doing? I didn't fucking care. Right. What I'll do is I'll play this out, and then I'll come back when it's over. There is a new spike coming in, so I might be able to take advantage of that as well, actually. So what I'll do is I'm going to put a couple of orders in down to down to the black line, and I'm just going to watch it over there on my phone and watch the telly and probably pass out. So that's what I'm going to do. So, boys and girls, that's the job done. It's good, this, isn't it? And Nudie over here.
I am not Nudie.
She walked in and she had no clothes on.
I've got my bikini.
She does it all the time to excite me. See your white bits.
It's me strap.
See what I mean? Right exhibitionist she is. But what happened? Why was I doing it? Well, it was a very, very simple premise. The idea of this, I kind of knew the news wasn't going to be as drastic as what it could be. It'll always spike the market. One of the reasons why I go in relatively small is because of that. Now, there's certain news announcements I wouldn't dare take on, but today wasn't that bad. So I was quite happy just to run through it, and because of that it was worthwhile putting on. Now, it never closed beyond the red line. Now, if it did, well, then I'd probably be looking just to be getting out of the trade, but it didn't. So just tested it, pushed down, and then went straight back up in the line of the trend that we were taking. Now, if you start breaking down trades that way, it becomes relatively simple, and ultimately that's all we're here for. I mean, it made 259 quid in, what time is it? Time is it, Wink?
3:30, isn't it?
Well, it's 3:30 here, but it's 1:30 at home. Because that's the thing. I come for a little siesta. Because she wears me out all the time, you know, boys and girls. She's really, I mean, look at it. She's there already looking for action.
I'm reading my book, actually.
What's your book about?
About 3 women.
3, see what I mean? She's always looking for action. 3 women. I tell you, 3 women. Christ, I can't cope with that one, let alone 3. What do you do with 3 women anyway? Where do they all like sort of fit?
Oh, shut up. You're it. I'm reading my book. You're
Well, what kind of book is it?
But they all end up living in the same apartment.
Well, exactly. Where do they all fit?
Oh, dear me, I'm shut up now.
She hates me, you know, boys and girls. She really does hate me. Well, she doesn't hate me. Do you like me?
Yeah.
Do you like us?
I love you.
You love me? Oh, why is that? Oh, do you know something? Oh, it is. See, I thought I was talking and I didn't have the mic. Is the mic working?
Oh, that makes a change for you. Normally you don't turn it on.
I know, shit. I'm not very good at this technical lark, am I? It's crap. Hold on a second. I'll quickly show you something. So, what was I whittling on about? I forgot. Right. Let's just take a look at this from a wider... Oh, hold on a second. I have. Brilliant. Sorry, I have a bad habit of leaving tickets running. So I have to go and check, make certain I've got nothing running. All right. Look at the bigger picture here. So there's your news announcement just here. All right, this candle, this one. It's not really very big at all, is it? You know, it's no different than these. And these aren't even news announcements. These are in the middle of the night. You know, just standard candles. So the idea is it will continue to motion to go back up. Will it come against this? Yes, I think it will. But I think it's got a high probability of bouncing off this first, and certainly a golden eye region, which is roughly around the middle of here, which is where it's stalling now. But the premise of the trade was come down, bounce off there and come back up with the view to get here from the first place. Hence why I was looking at the trade like that. Now, if that's the case, we're in with a shot, you know, but that's it. That's trading in its essence. As I was saying before about sort of over trading, gambling, all these different things that you see. No, just look for a single idea within an hour and then see if that plays out. If you can do that, you're in with a shot. If you can't, you're probably destined as treading wheels. So if you like this, comment, put your thumbs up, all that sort of malarkey, and I'll keep doing it. We do travel a fair bit. We're going to a spa. When we're going to spa? Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday and Friday.
So when we travel home from Turkey, it's a long drive, so I thought bollocks to it. We'll have a hotel in the middle of it. So I'll do another one of these while I'm in the spa. Then we're having, well, there's a Scruffy meet 22nd of June. And I'll be knackered after that, so I'll take a holiday then. I'm going to have 6-7 weeks off. I will slip a holiday, a hotel stay in the middle, and then we're off to Caribbean. Why? Because she said I had to. So, boys and girls, that's it done. Was to be kind of expected. And
what's the matter?
You're putting your clothes back on again, eh?
My clothes went off.
They were. That's why I was on the counter. What are you doing?
My top's a bit tight around my neck. I got a bit sunburned.
Oh, well, no, that way, man. Twit. You are fit as fuck, but I don't need to show the world. Well, you can if you want.
I'm waiting for you to go for a coffee.
You want a coffee? Mm. Right. I'll quickly show you this, boys and girls, because obviously you've got to go for a coffee, which could be. Do I need to wear my hat?
Well, you can do.
Now, where are you going?
Well, to get me top clothes.
You can tell she's on holiday. When we're at home,
Can't
she's
be
like as
stripping around
prudish as
naked.
What? You're stripping around naked?
I said I can't be when I'm going for a coffee. You have to put.
You know, when we're at home, she's as prudish as we get, right? As soon as she's on holiday, she turns into someone else.
No,
Is it the
no,
alcohol?
I've had no alcohol.
Yeah, fucking lying bitch.
I have not had alcohol today. Have I had alcohol today? Have I?
Yeah.
When?
Oh, yeah.
I have not. You're the one with the pina coladas.
Well, I was enjoying myself. And if I play my cards right, I'll be enjoying myself again a bit later. Am I playing my cards right?
That's your choice. Are you going to play your cards right?
Well, it's got to be consensual. She loves us, you know, especially when I sort of like I show I better show the trade, anyway.
Yeah, you got off on the beaten track, haven't you?
No,
I bet you forgot what you're talking about.
Shut up, man, will you? Right, there's your news announcement here, this little candle. And it's not really as bad as it looks, is it? So there was a fair bet it was going to bounce on the way back up. And that's what I edged on, okay? It is pushing down. Will it pull against this? Highly possible. Could I look for the break and then come down here? I can. But will I? No. I get into a habit of making certain that I have nothing running, no orders running, and then there you go. Why on earth would I risk that when I've already been paid? Yes, I've got all of this to bounce off, and as I was showing you earlier on, steady steps is the way, and it's the only way I know how to trade. And it just keeps me well. So I'm going to go and have a coffee now because Winky's on one. And if she's in a good mood, which she is, boys and girls, she's in a good mood. She might put me in a good mood as well. Well, I will be in a good mood. I tell you, I'll be in a great mood. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my holidays. So see you all in the next one.